warning, I don't know if we're going to put any of this in the actual episode, but we were going to record them back to back, but then I got very tired because I was kind of ill the first time. And I still kind of am. I'm still kind of snotty. Oh, that's good. Get the microphone all wet.
Nondescript pop.
No. Other beverages are also available.
Oh, yeah, I've got so many beverages.
Well, this is like refreshing. This is like my sugar boost.
Yeah, this is the refreshing one. And the water's there for like scientific
for
reasons.
Lubrication, as they say in the industry. And you squash? Fuck me.
I haven't.
You've literally got like 5 drinks.
I whipped out a 4th secret.
What's that Korean thing? Oh, it's skincare.
That's aloe vera.
Okay.
I can't drink that.
You would if you could.
I think you can eat aloe vera, but I'm not going to eat that one.
Not that one?
No.
Gonna buy a separate one?
Yeah.
Okay. And what's in... and Joe's got a flask.
What's in here? I think rum.
Is that from the wedding?
No, I finished the Reading one.
Oh, okay. Is that just fresh rum?
Is
there anything left in it?
Yeah, it's full. Because my mental health's been bad, so I've been not drinking. As if I've not drunk, if I'm a regular drinker.
Wait, so you don't drink when your mental health is bad?
I know, it should be the other way around.
Yeah. Usually when people spiral, they gain alcoholism, not that they leave it behind.
I don't have time to spiral. I'm not allowed to
I'm not allowed to spiral! I'm not allowed! You know, I'm glad we're doing this one. Yeah. I haven't gone back to Always Sunny in ages.
No, it's good.
I watched it first.
Yeah, you watched it first. I started watching it because of you.
Yeah. I don't remember where I saw it. I think I just saw, like, memes everywhere.
Yeah, that's
Which is just kind of the modern way of discovering any sort of comedy show.
Yeah. I mean, I remember that's how I discovered Community.
Yeah.
It was just hearing the jokes.
Yeah, exactly. You just see, like, posts on Tumblr if you're like us.
If you're cool like us.
If you're cool like us.
Yeah, it's the only social media that's not like completely dead. It's still pretty dead.
Yeah.
But
I watched this so many years ago. I can hardly remember. Except I watched most of it with my grandfather.
Really?
Like, well, not like he was in the room whilst I watched it. We didn't like sat down and like watched it together. And the only and any other time my family's been in the room whilst it's on, it's been not been a bad episode, but it's been a very uncomfortable joke or whatever.
I couldn't imagine watching this with family.
No.
I remember I definitely started watching it sort of sixth form. So I remember I watched Community because that was the first one.
So that was like comedy. 20 years ago now.
Yeah, a while ago. I don't know if you knew this. When I was in uni, I used to like, before I'd go out on socials, I would get ready, get myself psyched and like drink in my room. And the show I would watch while I was drinking until I get psyched would be It's Always Sunny.
I know, I was, when I first got to uni, I think this was you went to uni a little bit earlier than I did.
Yeah.
But when I went to uni, first went to uni, this was like my current comfort show.
Yeah.
Which is a weird thing, like going back, like looking back at it, because it is, but it is kind of cozy in its own strange way.
And there's so many episodes.
Yeah,
there are not many.
But when I first went to uni, it was, and I was like kind of homesick. It was just kind of like the thing that made me remember like being at home and watching it constantly.
Yeah. And I think it's because we can see ourselves in these characters.
Absolutely.
We too.
We're all horrible.
We are. You're like Dee because you're a girl.
Yeah. I think that is like a genuine like appeal of it. Is that the characters, even though they are enduring, they are pieces of shit.
Yeah.
Which is like, because I feel so like, I don't have much against like a lot of like sitcoms.
Yeah.
But what can sort of turn me off of them is just how sort of squeaky clean they can be a lot of the time. To the point where it kind of puts you off. It's just like,
I think the thing is, it's not even just that they're pieces of shit, because they are, but they're almost like, they're realistic pieces of shit. Like, don't get me wrong, they get taken to extremes.
Yeah. Like later on, they're cartoons.
Yeah, but like...
Especially compared to like, watching... Yeah, especially like watching this episode.
I think my problem is when sitcoms, lots of sitcoms, or just shows in general, try and do problematic people, they go to the point where it's like, wow, this person could probably barely function in society.
Yeah.
Whereas this group, you could see how they would like get along. It's like...
They're drawn together because of their narcissism in a weird way.
Yeah. They're like... horrible people, but also they're
which is
like,
kind of what I wanted to get into about, specifically about not the pilot, but kind of as well. Although they have changed a lot since the beginning episodes and the pilot, there are still seeds of what they are. Like they still sort of operate on the same sort of MO.
Yeah, the basis of the show.
Yeah. It's all like all the decisions derived from their ego, and they easily manipulate it because of that, and that's just always kind of been there.
Yeah. No, I get what you mean. It was surprising in a way of like watching the first episodes and realizing how almost straight away they've got that foundation.
Yeah.
That the whole show is built on.
Yeah, which is funny because like a lot of people, even I do this sometime, where whenever you're like recommending this show, people usually just go, "Oh, just watch season 2 because that's the one that's got Danny DeVito," and I do that as well because that is when it it truly solidifies.
Yeah.
Because it is quite different than when it begins. He just like Danny DeVito is just like such a big part of it.
Yeah.
And he adds like the extra zinginess. He's just like the final part. But there's definitely the elements are still there, and they're quite strong, I feel.
Yeah, it was surprising because even like listening to like the It's Always Silly podcast,
which we'll be ripping off a lot for
this.
Yeah. If you just want trivia about the show, then just watch that. But I assume if you're already a fan and you want that, you've already seen it. But...
Exactly, but like they even say like they're not like that proud of the first couple episodes.
Yeah,
I can see why with like what they do later.
Yeah,
like you would look back and especially like think, oh wow, it's not as good as it becomes. But I think they're very solid.
Yeah, in terms of like structurally written, it's pretty similar to how they do it like later on, except that obviously with like the ideas they do get more wacky and more meta.
Yeah.
I can sort of agree with some of the criticisms they give. A lot of it can be just you look back at any sort of old work you've done.
Yeah.
And you look back with like you've developed so much more, you're going to be more critical of it.
Yeah, exactly. That makes sense.
But there's definitely still like a lot to like about it.
I really liked it.
There's even like a couple iconic parts in it, even like in the first episode, which is kind of crazy. Yeah.
There's the specific clip of Dennis.
Oh,
like the boys are out tonight. I didn't know that was the first episode.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which is like weird because you listen to the podcast, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where it was just like that was just supposed to be something that was supposed to make them laugh.
Yeah, like it
was
something. In the script. Like...
And he was uncomfortable. There was even though that's become like, which is so weird because it is like so Dennis.
Yeah.
In a weird way.
Well, that's another thing with the characterization. I was expecting the characterization to be more like lenient and like of course you could argue like they kind of like flanderize themselves as they go along. But
in this particular sort of show, I think it really works though that they do just make them more caricaturized of like
exactly because they are caricatures. Like, in the end. But even then, it's like surprisingly you see the factors of like Dennis's narcissism.
Yeah,
absolutely. Charlie just being really like socially stupid.
Yeah.
Even Dee, like I was surprised because I was expecting Dee to be like the most different. Funny enough,
she definitely. I still think she goes through other than maybe like Mac. She goes through like the most change.
Yeah.
And that she does just become as unhinged. Because at least in like the first episode, she's definitely more of a foil to like all their...
Yeah, she's a more normal one.
Yeah, she's like sort of trying... Even comparing it to the pilots, like her performance does add like so much to it. Which I guess is like kind of a segue to like kind of speak about the pilot itself. Which is kind of interesting because compared to like the Glee episode, that episode was the pilot. Whereas this one, it is like quite murky. They have a pilot that they shot... themselves, interestingly, which is quite uncommon. It's more similar to a YouTube video, like a modern YouTube video of like people getting together and just filming with their friends, rather than they had a budget from like a studio to sort of create something. It's more they made this with their friends, and then it got picked up. And the whole pilot hasn't been released, and there's just been like some clips going around. And you could sort of like piece it together. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's the right thing, or maybe they're just like so unproud of it.
I know why.
Why?
I know why.
Oh wow!
And it leads into one of your trivia things.
Which one?
And it's funny that we were talking about Dee, because Dee is portrayed by Caitlin Olsen, but she wasn't originally portrayed by Caitlin Olsen.
No, she was played by... I'm not reading this off a screen right now. Jordan Reed.
So...
Who was going out with...
Rob McElhenney.
Rob McElhenney at the time.
Yeah. Which is really funny because Caitlin Olsen is now married to Rob McElhenney.
He must really love the actors who plays the... Caitlin Olsen sticks to the role.
I don't know if this is fact, but apparently, because when I was looking to watch the pilot, I didn't realise that the full thing hadn't been released.
Yeah, I thought it had as well. I swear I'd seen like the whole thing, but it must have just been me filling in the gaps.
And apparently the reason is there's the clips that have not been released. I don't know whether it's all of them or just some of them, but it's because Jordan Reed was playing Dee, and because she then like left. I think it's like it is kind of, I suppose, a rights issue, you could say, in the fact of if they released it in an official sense, they would have to like give it royalties if they put it on a DVD extra or something. And maybe out of just courtesy, they're like, well, we're not going to just. But
they have released like the bits of the pilot. I guess without her though.
That's what I mean.
That's true.
So I think it's
because she's released some bits of her on like online as well, because it was her that I think so. Yeah, she released the parts of her like on her Instagram and stuff. At least that's what it said on the YouTube video of like all her bits.
Oh, I didn't see her bits. So
you haven't seen like any of her performance?
I haven't seen any of her performance.
Oh, interesting.
No. So I've.
But you've seen the thumbnail.
That. Which thumbnail?
It's like Caitlin Olsen and her doing like it's like the same scene because it's like comparing them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I probably.
I'm not here to compare women.
No, exactly.
They're all queens.
It might be a matter then that legally they.
I don't think she does a bad job either, and you wouldn't know because you haven't seen it.
I wouldn't know. Yeah.
It's because like, especially like this early on, it's quite a thin role. They
Yeah.
you definitely get some jokes, but it's definitely she's more there to just sort of be like
Yeah.
the girl who ruins everything.
Yeah.
So it is like kind of a different role, which is why I think Caitlin Olsen is like so good, because she, even with that little stuff, she is able to like bring her own like character ego to it.
Yeah. She bounces off the others really well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like it feels like they've just been constantly, even at this point, just been putting her down and just...
Yeah, you really do get a feel that like all of these people have known each other their whole lives, and like how she interacts with Dennis in particular, you know, being, you could definitely get the feel of not, oh, these two have spent their whole lives together.
Yeah. There's a vitriol to each.
Yeah.
The clips of the pilot that have been released are very interesting.
Yeah,
it is very homemade, which I really love. I love seeing like these kind of like, especially like professional actors now who just seemingly in YouTube ads looking videos. Because funnily enough, the camera they shot on is a Panasonic, I don't want to get the wrong one because I love cameras so much, DX100, which was also what AVGN uses.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yes.
That's interesting.
And also they used it for the first couple of seasons, actually.
That's
That's
cool.
like the main, like, as opposed to like a multicam sitcom, it's like a single camera shot sitcom, which is quite great for the time.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that when I was looking at stuff.
But I just love mini DV cameras, and I think they should be used in all media.
Honestly, we just that. Funnily enough, a couple of days ago, I saw 28 Days Later in the cinema.
I know.
And I was just like, fuck me, this is what movies should look like.
Absolutely.
I'm fed up. And I think of this It's Always Sunny as well. I think we've had this conversation before in regards to not only It's Always Sunny, but other shows, where it's like, seeing it in such HD, like the new series, where it's like definitely so high quality.
Yeah, there's like a diminishing returns in a way. We're just like, oh, you see every sort of fault with the sets, the costumes, and it's just like, people you're not supposed to be looking at people this close at this much high definition detail.
It's weird because like obviously we see in HD. The cameras could like only get to the point where they're replicating like our eyesight if you have perfect eyesight.
Yeah.
But, and yet, seeing stuff 480p, like the original episodes, or films like 28 Days Later, it looks more real.
It does.
I don't know how to describe it.
Maybe it's just our personal connection of it, because like obviously we grew up around that time.
That's what like videos looks like to us.
Yeah, it's what we were kind of used to now. Yeah. Whereas, I don't know, maybe everyone's just like, everything looks like iPhone footage now or something.
Yeah, maybe. I'd be interested to show, say, It's Always Sunny, just show the first episode, even like the pilot itself, the original pilot, to someone, and just be like, oh yeah, this show got like 15 seasons, 16 seasons.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like, this is one of the most successful shows of all time, probably.
I think later on in the podcast, they've spoke about, specifically Charlie has, about how he wanted to keep it that way. Yeah,
that's fair.
I think he is right in a way. I know it would put off 90% of people who aren't this kind of nerdy shit. Yeah. However, the aesthetic of it, I think, really matches the content.
Oh yeah, in a way. It does. I don't love the word gritty, but only because I wish there was another word.
No, I think there is. It's like a low fidelity to it.
Yeah,
that gives a sort of dinginess to it, which really like matches like the characters and the environment. I love the way it looks, and I think all shows be like that.
It's like the whole like white trash thing. It's like
it's like Harmony Korine is.
Sorry,
Harmony Korine. He's the director.
Oh right.
He did like Spring Breakers and he does white trash movies.
Oh okay. Sounds good.
But he's done like a bunch of them with mini DV cameras as well.
That sounds pretty sick.
There you go. Cool.
Mini DVs is cool. I use mini DVs in my YouTube video.
Yeah. And where do you get that footage from?
I know someone.
Yeah. But because of like the specific framing of it being in like 4x3, I think like not just in this episode but future. I know this is going against the entire idea of this podcast, so we're talking about future episodes, but it does tie into like this specific one as well.
Yeah, I get what you mean. I mean, we're already like the rules are kind of fucked to begin with because we are talking about the original pilot and episode 1. But we're also talking about episode 3.
No, but it is in this one. I really like the blocking of when it was in 4x3.
Yeah.
It's like they did like some really interesting stuff with the camera, which I'm not saying they didn't later on. They kind of play with more cinematic elements of it. But with this, it feels that they're a lot more loose.
Yeah.
They're experimenting a lot more, moving with it in more interesting ways. Which is, again, it's just like... They do some interesting stuff, but I do really like it, what they were doing with it like this early on.
I just think that 4x3, I always think that limitations could make creativity.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think that obviously, like, it's not like self-inflicted limitations. Like, this was just kind of like the technology at the time.
Yeah.
But even then,
Well, that is a
it was-
limitation.
yeah, exactly.
The technology at the time is a limitation.
Yeah.
And we're kind of just spoiled now with just anyone could basically get a cinema camera for like relatively cheap. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, you can't get a fucking IMAX camera, but you can get a genuine thing
Like,
that's shot.
decent camera.
Yeah, yeah. Something that was like 10 years ago would be unfeasible. Maybe we should just go into Charlie.
Gets
Charlie.
cancer.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about the original pilot more then, because there's a couple things I want to point out that's very observational, but I find really interesting. One being that in the original pilot, first of all, they don't seem to own a pub. They seem to be actors.
Yes, they do. They're you do just remind me that they changed it because they were originally supposed to just be actors, and that's why they had so much free time.
Yeah.
But then the studio FX told them that there's too many shows about actors in LA, so
Yeah.
they changed it to people owning a bar in Philly.
That's fair. I like the bar. I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
that,
it's
like,
a good setting. Plus it's like a classic sitcom trope, working in a bar.
Yeah, exactly. And then the other change, for lack of a better term, I guess, or like original thing that they did change,
Yeah.
was obviously in the show that we know we get Dennis, Dee, Mac, and Charlie.
Yeah.
In the pilot, they all seem to be using their normal names.
Oh, including Jonah?
I don't know about John because I never saw her clips, but they definitely refer to Glenn Howard and Dennis as Glenn.
Did they? Oh, I
Yes.
didn't even notice that.
They do.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and I definitely heard Glenn and Rob both be used, so I couldn't say about Jordan.
Yeah. Obviously, Rob became Mac. So they just changed. But Charlie chose to stay the same.
Yeah, that's what I find interesting.
Which is, like,
if they
quite
all
smart, if you-
changed.
Well, in a way, it's smart because, like, if people call out your character name, they're just calling your name. But also, people are just going to associate you with your character
yeah.
forever. Which is, like, kind of common for, like, TV anyway.
Yeah, especially like long running shows.
Yeah, especially like this one. But other than that, they do hit, like, the same sort of beats and the same sort of jokes. At least the ones they have released, obviously.
Yeah, what should we talk about then? Should we go into the fact that the pilot wasn't then turned into episode 1? It was turned into episode 3?
Yeah, the network decided that it wasn't accessible enough, so they changed it to the racism episode, which is like very 2005 decision of the network.
Yeah. It definitely was. I kind of like the decision, but I guess we'll go into that.
Yeah,
when we
do you
talk about
prefer the gang gets racist as like?
I think that Charlie Has Cancer works a bit more, knowing a tiny bit more about the characters, only a tiny bit. And I think The Gang Gets Racist is really good at just establishing, like, obviously the studio might not have even known the thesis of the show and as much in terms of what
do you
it
think
would
they
become.
did as like?
Yeah, that's what I wonder. It's like, I don't know how much of it is on purpose, but the structure of The Gang Gets Racist is just like, it's got like the weird sort of, it's talking about racism, it's calling out the characters, but then it also shows the characters being so aware of their racism, it loops back around to them just being racist. Then it's got the gay bar aspect, and I think it really presents this show of like, this is a surprisingly progressive show.
Yeah.
But only because but not only because it is about these non-progressive people.
But at the time, it makes you curious of just like, there were so many shows about dickheads who didn't know that, or at least that was sort of being portrayed as just the norm.
Yeah.
But this one definitely sort of, even like kind of early on, it does sort of realize, oh yeah, these people are quite shit.
Yeah, it's like they were never meant to be like.
Even like people
on
now
their
don't.
side.
I don't know if it's like as well now, obviously with like a post-gay Mac and
Exactly.
and like Dennis being a serial killer.
Yeah, they've gone pretty direct into it, but I agree with you. I could see someone watching the show and being like, "Oh, I agree with these characters." But I think it's so funny that if a show now has an episode about racism and like an episode about like queerness and stuff like that,
Yeah.
it's like it's called woke. It's like, oh, it's gone woke. But this show's first episode is about racism and is about like exploiting gay people for their money.
It is.
That's surprisingly woke, to use the word.
But
the
creators have spoken about how they don't think they made it clear enough
yes,
with
they
like this
have, yeah.
episode that they weren't clear enough with like their intentions, which in a way maybe that can be like a good thing, because when you make your intentions too clear, it can feel like it's like hitting you over the head, which can almost be thrown in certain episodes later on where it's just like, there's like no subtlety within this anymore. But I can understand why they would do that, considering the fan base could be split between like people who understand the joke of these people are shit and they're doing stupid things because of their own stupidity too. Just like, wow, based.
Thing is, I'm
just like me.
Maybe I'm just a bit like, judgmental is not the right word, but I always find it hard, and like, well, I'll be honest, and I'll boost us up saying we're quite media literate.
Yeah.
I do wonder how someone can watch a show like It's Always Sunny even back then and not realize that, like,
Man, 2005 was a different time.
yeah, that's the thing. It was, wasn't it? And like, I can't picture what it was like back then. How old were we? Like 7?
Yeah.
So like, of course,
6.
I can't. Yeah, 6. I can't even imagine what it was like. But it's so weird to think.
It was a completely different landscape in terms of
Exactly.
media. Where someone could say, like, oh, that rap was, like, an accident, and then they decided to sort of roll with it like that. And
Like
I
with
could...
Gay Mac.
Yeah, I can sort of understand that. But I am glad that they took it the way they did later on.
Yeah.
Because, like, there's definitely, like... If I just saw some of the jokes that they were doing in, like, this one and Charlie Has Cancer, mainly... just the transphobia, which is fucking insane. You would go back to, but it gets so recontextualized later on.
It does.
Where, and I hate to say, it's really fucking funny.
Should we talk about Carmen? Because honestly, watching the original pilot,
Yeah,
and then watching Charlie Gets Cancer, obviously I remember Carmen as a character. I forgot how early on she is in the show.
yeah, she's like, well, she's in the pilot, like
Yeah,
the pilot,
like the original pilot,
and then episode 3.
And,
And she's like a reoccurring character.
yeah, and it's so interesting because obviously I'm not going to argue there was accidentally good rep because obviously there's so bigotry. What I found really interesting is in the original pilot, when they're talking about Carmen, Charlie says, "Oh yeah, she's a transsexual."
Yeah.
But then in the released episode, Dennis just calls her the T-slut.
Yeah, I know.
It's like they made it more offensive.
I know. They were just like, we need to like boost this right up.
Yeah, but I find her so interesting as a character. Because it's like, obviously, there's a lot of problematic shit, and there's like the whole thing, but then it also leads into
is this contextualized though by obviously later on?
Yeah.
With not just like her character stuff, but also Gay Mac as this being almost like, this is like almost transphobic in a way saying this, but also like a seed of Mac's queerness is just like being planted this early on. Obviously by
mistake,
not mistake, but like
not on purpose.
But like it's just like an element of it.
Yeah, and I find it so interesting in the terms of it's weirdly progressive in the sense of course, Mac only like falls for her because he finds that she compliments him.
Yeah,
but I like how quick the switch up is, where he's going to be.
No, that's really funny. Yeah, I love that joke.
And also, like, frankly, the
like
way
his bigotry is like only a thin veil, as it gets just dropped as soon as his ego gets stroked. Which is like that's so true of his character.
Yeah, and even just the fact of when he's like, "You liked me," and Carmen's just not even taking it. It's not even. She's like, "I'm sorry." Like, she's a strong character. She's like, "No, you lied to me. I didn't lie about anything."
Yeah, and then obviously like all the stuff happens on later on, but also you get the joke later on of Mac hits her.
I love that.
And then the two of them just like, it's like, Dory, it's bad. It's like, is that a hate crime?
It's a hate crime.
Honestly, shout out to them too.
Yeah.
Best characters.
Yeah, 2005,
honestly,
chasing down a trans.
That wouldn't happen now.
No, it wouldn't. That's what I mean when I said this show is so weird that it's like...
Yeah, because up until that point, I was kind of being like, maybe this hasn't aged. And then that happened, it's just like, oh yeah, this show is...
It's on purpose. It's like not necessarily good trans rap. Like the stuff I feel like they still
yeah, obviously,
included,
like she shouldn't be played by like a cis woman.
Yeah,
with a pack.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. The worst part for me is the shot where like they just go up on it. Right?
Yeah, it's just like it's like classic, like cliched, like transphobia for jokes.
Yeah, but then they obviously they don't just make her the butt of the joke in the sense.
No, I don't think so.
It's so interesting. That's what I mean when I get within 3 episodes. It's so like weirdly progressive in the sense of it's showing how progressive it is through how not progressive the characters are.
Yeah. It's like holding like a mirror to these things.
It's like it'd be so interesting for Carmen to come back as a character because like obviously the fucking landscape of bigotry has changed so much. I don't know if they ever will now
because of just like obviously hiring a cis woman to play a trans person.
No,
it's just like
I don't. Like,
I mean, it's still being done, but it's just like
I
think they know enough to probably not do that. Which is a shame. I do like the actress who plays Carmen. I do think she does a good job.
Yeah, and it's just so interesting.
And I do like her and Mac's dynamic. I think it's really funny. It's just like Mac wanting not just her, but I don't know. But I guess it wouldn't work anymore. Obviously, I guess that relationship would be kind of interesting now that obviously Mac has come out.
Like actually gay.
Yeah, it does make it more complicated with like the racism jokes because obviously we can't really speak on that. But before we get into the I still want to talk about Charlie Has Cancer.
Yeah,
because I specifically want to talk about Artemis.
Yeah,
I love Artemis. Even this early on, she is a
scene stealer.
Yeah, she's an absolute scene stealer. I absolutely love her to bits.
The second I saw it, my notes look away. Look at my notes. It just says
Artemis!
It just says Artemis.
We're big Artemis fans.
We are. Well, that's the thing of like already they're establishing these like recurring characters.
Yeah. It's interesting seeing the ones that don't come back. Like Mac's cousin, Mac's gay cousin.
Oh, yeah.
Rest in peace, Mac's gay cousin. Wait, he does have a... Oh, wait, no, it's Mac's brother.
Do you mean like Country Mac?
Country Mac, yeah.
Yeah. I think he's also a cousin.
Is he also a cousin?
Yeah.
Oh, he has multiple gay cousins then.
Yeah, there we go. Everyone has one gay cousin, not
exactly.
Mac's family.
But yeah, he never comes back. But yeah, Artemis is great. She's doing the whole Coyote Ugly
bit,
which and also was in Coyote
Ugly.
Ugly.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
According to... I haven't seen the movie, but according to Letterboxd, she is in it.
Oh, cool. That's interesting.
And all the other trivia of it. So, that's a cool reference to it.
I really like how Dee's storyline in Charlie Gets Cancer is played. Especially seeing as I didn't see any of Jordan's portrayal of Dee in the original pilot. Like, I didn't know what Dee's storyline in that original pilot was. Already establishing that just, basically, she has to carry all the guys' shit.
Yeah.
Like, she's basically the front runner of the bar.
Yeah.
And, like, she's the only one who's kind of
she's absolutely seriously. Not a passive character. I love her. Is it the final shot where she punches Mac?
Yes, yeah, because
yeah,
that's the way they get the whole Mac punched her, and then he says, like, he tells her to go make a drink or something, and then she just punches him.
That's great.
And then we talk about the title character, Charlie.
Yeah, wild introduction for this character.
Yeah,
I love Charlie.
They were going to introduce him by having him lie about cancer.
That's it.
So that's going to be the first plot point.
Yeah.
Just to get with the waitress. I'm kind of glad, I think I prefer the fact that, like, because it's funny, don't get me wrong, and it's something Charlie would do.
Yeah.
But I feel like that is kind of a hard sell on the character.
Yeah, but that whole dynamic would have been... Imagine, like, this was, like, the first episode you see, and it is just... Dennis being just like trying to avoid Charlie.
Yeah.
Like just like that first scene specifically of just like Charlie being very depressed and that.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why they chose not to use this as the first episode.
Yeah, and I can also see how
because they'd rather have it just like not a normal situation, but like a
group dynamic situation. Yeah. I feel like especially with the fact that they essentially like pay the waitress to date and sleep with Charlie.
Yeah.
And Charlie lied about getting cancer specifically so he could get with her.
Yeah.
And it's like it's harder to... Obviously, we already get the waitress doesn't like Charlie.
Yeah.
But there's something about that I find just kind of like... If that was episode 1, I watch a show and it's like, this whole episode is about them kind of trying to emotionally manipulate this woman into sleeping with him.
Yeah.
Like, it's still funny, don't get me wrong.
You could argue that any first episode they show to introduce these characters is just like...
But I like that with the first... with the Gang Gets Racist, though, where it's like... It's not necessarily... Like, obviously, Charlie likes the waitress. But it's not just he likes her, so he's trying to get with her. It's like, he's trying to prove that he's not racist.
Yeah.
And I think I prefer that as like an introduction to that dynamic.
Yeah, that's true.
Like you said, it's a creepy relationship either way. That's the whole point of it.
But it is more funny when he is just trying to like... Yeah, it's like... trying desperately to prove he's not racist by doing the most racist thing possible.
Exactly. Yeah, that's Charlie. And then Dennis doesn't really... I don't know. I don't think he stands out. I don't think he stands out that much.
I can't remember any major parts from that episode or like any like big quips. It's not like in when the Gang Gets Racist. Obviously, has the boys are out tonight, huh?
The boys are out tonight.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah, he has less to do.
Yeah,
because he's basically just like, obviously he's in that opening scene. Charlie's like, "Don't tell."
Yeah, it's mainly he's more of a foil to Charlie and Mac. Whereas like in the Gang Gets Racist, he definitely has more of a like an active role. He's like working at the bar and stuff.
Exactly. So I can see why they might have preferred that.
Yeah, there's more of a balanced dynamic in my opinion. I don't know, I really like Charlie Has Cancer.
Yeah.
I think it's a really, really funny episode.
I do as well. I do really like it.
Really because of the later transphobia stuff I do find. Which is a horrible thing to say.
You're allowed to find it funny.
Why, Joe?
You're allowed.
I know so many trans people, Joe. I can find this stuff funny.
I know a trans person. I know a couple trans people. I know more trans people than you. I don't think that's true anymore.
That's not true.
No. Because we know the same people.
That's true.
We have the same social circle.
That's true.
Even like the tertiary people we know.
Yeah. The Gang Gets Racist.
Let's talk about The Gang Gets Racist. Wild introductory scene.
Honestly.
Like, I go through this thing when I'm watching It's Always Sunny and like other shows as well. Like Peep Show, I did the same thing. Where I watch them and sometimes I just have to pause and take a walk and genuinely...
Oh, is the cringe too hard?
Yeah, just like I was like... And like,
No,
I need a
there's
minute.
genuinely. I feel as though I'm built different for like cringe comedy. Because I consume it. I watch Peep's Show fine.
Oh,
Genuinely, there are some bits in
no.
this episode where I genuinely had to like, oh fuck.
It's just the subtlety of like, especially the opening. They're not saying anything or doing anything, and yet they're portraying this discomfort so hard. We're just
Yeah.
immediately they're shifty and uncomfortable. It's just like, oh no, like what's gonna happen?
Yeah, I think it does the cringe comedy pretty well. Almost too
It
well
does.
in a way.
It does. That's the thing. They're good at it, and cringe comedy is definitely a valuable form of comedy. It's more just specifically, I struggle sometimes where I'm like, I need a minute
Yeah,
to
I
prepare
understand.
for this.
Specifically for me, it was the part where he takes his not girlfriend to the coffee shop to impress the waitress.
Do you mean Charlie?
Yeah,
Charlie takes the. You said D.
Did I?
Yeah.
Yeah, Charlie. The waitress is just like tells her right in front, just like, he's just bringing you here to
Sure.
to show he's not racist, and I'm just like, oh.
Yeah, and it's just the immediate insinuation where like he's gonna just do something or say something. And It's just
Yeah.
like, oh god, and like she was being really nice as well.
I know.
So
She's like,
it's
I love the way they meet is like because they want to recruit people.
yeah, they want to show that they can get black friends. To
Yeah.
But
But I like how they
Oppressed
do that
Tyrell.
by playing dominoes.
yeah, it's just I love that, and I do love like as a joke just Mac is struggling, and he's trying to be so mask, and he's like, I could be cool with black people, and then like Charlie,
Absolutely.
yeah.
It's just like-
and then Charlie just immediately socializes well, which makes sense for Charlie. He
Yeah.
is just more approachable than Mac on the outside, because like Mac's putting on like this facade of like trying to act.
Yeah, whereas
certain
like
way.
Charlie, it's just like that element like fits in well with their character of just they all put on these different facades. Well, at least Mac does, where he obviously tries to ask more masks that sort of hide his insecurity, whereas
Yeah.
like Charlie's just too dumb to do it,
Yeah,
and that sort of
exactly.
like works in his favor a lot of the time.
He's really earnest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it can like when people, and I like it when it does. I think that's a really funny like running joke that they do a couple of times.
Yeah, it genuinely does. What's he's wild though saying about Charlie is he does just straight up say the
Yeah, he does in the first 5 minutes.
and the way he says it, there's something about it. I think it's because he's quoting what Tyrell said earlier.
Yeah.
But Tyrell obviously didn't say it with a hard R as
Yeah.
well. Yeah, he did.
Oh,
And
that
it's
was
like-
another joke where the waitress comes right out, and
yeah,
it's just like,
it's like, honestly, I'm impressed the waitress still even talks to him.
Honestly.
I know she only does it because it's her job, but after that, I would just be like, "Fuck me, this guy's awful."
I just want to shout out Mary Elizabeth Ellis.
Yes, that's the waitress,
She's
isn't it?
giving Y2K in these
Oh,
two
yeah,
episodes.
she
I love
is.
her fits. I love her. She's great.
I do like Elizabeth Ellis. She's really good as the waitress.
Yeah, again, goes through massive progressions.
Yeah, and I love her throughout the whole show.
Yeah, she becomes a mess later on.
Yeah, she does. That's it. And she's...
But I always obviously it's like a really fucking old show, but I didn't realize how Y2K in all the aesthetics encompassed.
Yeah, it is funny just seeing like how people are dressed, especially during
It's a time capsule now,
yeah,
which
yeah.
is wild to think.
during the night scenes with like the gay bar and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, gosh, look at all these like gay boys in their polo shirts.
Yeah, I know. Just like God, gays wouldn't look like this nowadays.
No, that's how I dress for like work. Like these gay boys are doing it.
Sue, if anyone says just like you dress straight, just be like, no, I dress gay for
I
for
get-
2005.
Y2 gay.
Y2 gay.
Oh, we
Absolutely.
can make that a thing.
We can make another podcast.
Y2 gay. What
Y2.
are we talking about? Gay 2000s movies? Oh. Guys,
This is
third-
how this happens.
third
We just
podcast.
think of a name and then we're just like, oh fuck.
Yeah, we were generally sat in my car, so now we're here. So watch out for
All right,
that.
yeah, watch out for Y2 gay.
Y2K.
Absolutely, someone has made this,
Yeah.
but you know,
Speaking about being gay, it is funny we get in this episode straight away Mac being homophobic, and obviously because like later on
Yeah.
he ends up being gay.
well, kind of everyone is.
Yeah, well, yeah, everyone's homophobic. I feel like he's especially
Yeah,
against the idea.
Yeah. Whereas, like, yeah, other than because Charlie and Dennis, they're in it for like money reasons. Also,
Yeah.
because Dennis loves the ego stroking.
Yeah, well, that's one of the lines I wrote down. I really liked where I think Dee says it, where she says, "You're not gay, you're just really vain,"
Yeah.
which is very funny. It's like I know straight people who like.
you know people like this.
Who aren't gay but like love attention. Another line I really like, which is after Charlie says the N-word, is it's 2005. It's ridiculous that you haven't got any friends outside of your own race.
I know.
I just love that. Like, I was like, fuck, it's 2005. It's now, fuck, it's 20 years later.
Yeah, it's actually I should have said this near the beginning. It's August this year will be the 20th anniversary.
Really, that's not long.
That's not long.
Yeah, hopefully by the time this episode's out.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Who knows?
We're gonna record everything and then release it in one batch.
Yeah, this
like
will
a
be-
Netflix show. Also, why is there a Donnie Darko reference? Did you pick up the Donnie Darko reference?
I didn't.
It's when Dee's talking about her dream to Dennis, and like Dennis like shrugs it off.
Yeah.
It's just like, if it's not like about, it's like looking at people's old photographs. If there's no
Yeah.
one fucking or I'm not in them, I don't care.
I do really like that line.
But she's talking about like, oh, I was having this weird dream about this guy in a bunny suit.
Oh, that was Donnie Darko?
Yeah,
That's
because
really
it was like released around the same time.
That's specific.
I know, it's like, and I'm not sure why. It was just kind of like in vogue at the time, I suppose, to like
Maybe.
like reference Donnie Darko, I guess. I don't know, it's kind of interesting.
I don't know. That's interesting. Yeah, I didn't know that.
But I listen to her dreams. I love
Yeah,
hearing people's dreams.
You have a whole bucket.
Oh wait, can I tell you about my dream?
Yeah, of course you can.
No, I told my mom and she found it really funny.
Yeah,
It was
of
like a
course you can.
nightmare. It was after we saw 28 Weeks.
Oh, no.
It didn't have anything to do with zombies. It was just like, it was kind of everything all the way-esque, where there was like someone with psychic abilities and they were turning people into spaghetti.
That's,
But they were like putting their hands up and they would explode with mincemeat and spaghetti.
That's fucked up.
It is so fucked up. It was so scary. Like, I woke up sweating and I was like, fuck.
That's really funny. But I'd be terrified as well. That does sound really scary.
What do you think it means?
Do you like spaghetti?
I really like spaghetti.
I think you've been eating. Either you want
No,
more,
wait, the day before I was eating spaghetti.
I think you ate too much spaghetti.
I think I ate too much spaghetti. It's all the fucking cheese, man. Gives you nightmares.
Honestly, I don't blame you.
Do you have any weird dreams? We're on the dream segment.
I've been sleeping really badly where I've been waking up middle of the night like with sweats.
Yeah.
But like I can't remember my dreams. I just know they're not.
I need to get you like a dream diary or something.
Yeah, you should. Thing is, there was that week like last week where I was gonna write about my dreams, and I was like, oh fuck, that dream was really intense. I need to like tell you about it. And then I checked my phone, and you had already messaged saying that you had dreamt about being in Israel.
Oh yeah, I fucking dream mogged you. I'm sorry.
And I was immediately like, well, fuck, my dream's less interesting.
Let me just be clear. I felt really bad about being in Israel in my dream. Yeah. I absolutely condone the state of Israel. They are doing war crimes. Okay, so in the podcast, I said condone, when in fact I meant condemn. There is a difference. They sound very similar. Please don't hold this against me. Thank you.
Yeah, you
anyway, free
them?
Palestine. What?
Isn't condone mean like endorse?
No. That's the opposite.
Oh, I thought you were endorsing that.
I am endorsing Israel.
Yeah, free
Do not cut this out. Just all,
I am endorsing
it's just like,
Israel.
what are your dreams? I endorse Israel.
Alright, free Palestine.
Yes.
We are both extremely pro-Palestine.
Yes. Oh wait, since we're on that bit of the scene, I love them smoking indoors. I like, because Dennis was just smoking indoors.
Was he? I
cool.
didn't notice that. I do love smoking.
I do love smoking.
And
I don't smoke anymore.
You love the aesthetic of smoking.
I love the aesthetic of smoking indoors.
I can appreciate the aesthetic of smoking.
Yeah.
I think like it looks cool.
Yeah.
It's a shame that it's
This is
bad for you.
We're actually sponsored by.
That'd be wild.
No, can you bleep that out?
Yeah.
Keep this bit in, but just like.
Yeah. I'll just change it to like cigarette brand.
Two cigarette brand. Other cigarette brands are available.
Another thing I wanted to say. This is less what we're saying, but like just in terms of like speaking about how we had the pilot, then this was not written to be episode 1, but it was made into episode 1.
Yeah.
One of the reasons I was happy about that the first time I watched it was I realised we have like all 4 of our main characters all interact with each other. So we've got like Dennis and Charlie talking about the waitress. We have like Dee and Charlie speaking, then Mac and Dee plan together to like.
Oh, so they all like go off and have.
Yeah,
their
they all like Mac and Dennis.
Yeah, you're right.
Mac gets Dennis drunk. Dee and Dennis talk about the dreams. Mac and Charlie have that fight. Like every possible pairing happens.
That's true.
At some point, and I think that's good just to like.
That's really good characterization.
Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Especially
like,
for the first episode.
Like the structure of the episode is like really solid. There's like everything is set up and paid off really well, even if the jokes themselves are kind of homophobic or dated.
Yeah. I do find that portrayal of a gay person very funny.
Yeah.
Like, just the whole, like, I can't even say flamboyant. Just, like, the whole squeakiness of it.
Mm.
I do love the, when Dee, like, tries to take their drinks and they're like, no, we want the cute one.
Yeah. Like who?
Boys are out about that.
He does it so well.
He does. Oh, it's funny, because it's funny what you say about that, because, like, obviously Mac's gay, and lots of people like ship Mac and Dennis. There's lots of jokes in the show about Mac and Dennis, like kind of being a homoerotic sort of friendship. And then in the original pilot, because Mac is like walking around in his like pants a lot.
Yeah.
And Dennis says like everyone already assumes we're gay. And then in the gang gets racist, you have Dennis pretending to be gay.
Yeah.
It's just funny how like there's already a lot of gay in this show.
Yeah, that's true. Still seedlings.
Yeah. We'll see.
I like how they had the same soundtrack.
Yes.
throughout the entire like obviously they had like the main theme,
Yeah.
and they spoke about it on their podcast how it was just like a library soundtrack that they purchased, like anyone can have it. I've heard it like in a bunch of different places, and whenever I do, I'm always just like, oh shit, it's the Always Sunny soundtrack.
Exactly, yeah.
But even like the disco music or whatever, they play that all the time.
Yeah.
Which is like, it's kind of fun. I don't know. I like
I think that's really charming.
the soundtrack world that they've accumulated
I can think of
the
like,
same 5 songs.
Yeah, I could think of like different songs that are like always in
Yeah.
it, like the like
Yes.
that one.
You want me to do another one?
Yeah, I mean, if you can think of one.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
I was doing you a bit better.
Yeah.
I should have brought my
very good at
recorder. I just blast. I purchased a recorder recently because I want to be more annoying. None of my family have come up to me about it yet, even though I'm definitely making horrible noises in the house.
Is that why you're doing it? For attention?
For attention.
Do you want them to come up and talk to you about it?
Kind of. But I think my brain operates in a way of just like, oh, I don't want this, but I want it.
Yeah, I get what you mean. It's like,
it's very
I don't want to
Freudian
be perceived, but I want attention.
Yeah. It's like, I wish my ego could be flattened by itself.
Yeah.
Flattered by itself, not flattened.
Flattened. It probably needs to be flattened in it as well.
I haven't got any more notes on the episodes. Do you have any more thoughts? Or
I don't. Would you have greenlit it?
On which one?
So let's go through each of them.
Okay.
What about like the original pilot?
The original pilot? I'm surprised it did, given how low fidelity. I would, because I just love these kinds of aesthetics. And I think the writing is still quite strong. So I would have done that. But I'm generally quite surprised that like a major network like FX just saw the potential in it.
Yeah.
And because it has been remarked that the show was like never really popular like starting off.
No, it took a while, didn't it?
Yeah, it took a while, but like obviously the fan base is like so strong now, especially with like Netflix shows where if it isn't Squid Game, they cancel it after like one season.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's just like it goes to show like if you give something like enough time, give it enough time to cook, you can get something really special like this.
Sometimes things need room to breathe.
Yeah.
And like, it's a shame to think that if this was made nowadays, it probably wouldn't have got past season 1.
Specifically on the pilot, though.
Yeah. I think that my thing with the pilot is...
But you haven't even seen all. You've seen snippets.
Yeah, I know. But then neither of us have seen the whole thing.
I guess so. But going from what I've seen of the pilot, it's apart from like the production value of like the sets and the lighting, the script is basically exactly the same.
Yeah. I think that I like the changes they've made. Owners of a bar is more interesting than just actors.
Yeah.
Personally. And I wouldn't even say that's because I've seen lots of shows which are about actors.
It brings them more down to earth.
Yeah, it's just more down to earth. They got like, that's how you could introduce like a different cast of characters. It gives you like a set location.
Yeah.
That's not just like someone's flat.
Yeah, exactly.
Like even though we see their flats and stuff.
Yeah.
But no, what about The Gang Gets Racist? Would you greenlit off that?
Of that? Going back to it, yes, actually, it's a really strong episode.
Yeah, I probably would have as well. If someone said like, "Oh, should I go from the first episode?" I'd probably say yeah. I'd probably just be like, "Yeah, it's interesting to like watch that episode."
Yeah, because even though it isn't like as good as it does get, unlike Glee, where it just goes downhill.
Yeah, yeah. This isn't the case where the pilot's
like you can see like it may not be for everyone, but you can sort of be like it gets better as it goes along, and even like the beginning is like quite strong.
Like the first episode, you will love the rest of the show.
Yeah.
If you hate the first episode, well, you might like later stuff. But also like,
there's enough of like the later show in it where it's like I can still.
Yeah. If someone was like, I hate this, and this aspect, I could see it being like, well, you might not like the later parts of the show.
Yeah, and for Charlie Gets Cancer. Yes, I would just greenlight them all, it turns out. Yes, I think they're all good episodes.
I would not greenlight it off Charlie Gets Cancer, but I think that the bit Gang Gets Racist is a better opening episode.
Yeah.
That's
so
just like
you obviously work for FX.
I do work for FX. I've made best decisions.
I mean, you run the network, so that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. Let's announce what next week's episode is.
What is next week's episode?
It's my turn to pick the episode next week.
It's my turn! Mum says it's my turn to pick the next episode.
Since we said about the Tumblr core, should we do Supernatural?
Supernatural? So I guess we'll have to.
Next week's episode is going to be on Supernatural.
This is going to be fun. Oh, the last time we watched an episode together. What's the Scooby-Doo one?
Yeah, God, it was. Yeah, oh my God. Another show that has like 15 seasons. But this will be the first show where neither of us have watched the full thing. Both It's Always Sunny and Glee.
I mean, I haven't seen the newest season, like all of the newest season of Always Sunny.
Oh, that's true. That's, I suppose, but we've
But
seen quite a
like
bit
Always
of it.
Sunny, we kind of like dropped off like season 10ish, didn't we?
Do you mean in a supernatural?
Supernatural.
Yeah, exactly.
It's always supernatural in Philadelphia.
It's always supernatural. I'm sure they were in Philadelphia.
Oh wait, I didn't make my Philadelphia jokes. I had like some in my head.
Okay, go for it.
No, it's okay. No, it's kind of just like, oh, Philadelphia, home of, fuck.
It's really good.
I had like some famous people, but I can't remember any of them now. I was gonna say M. Night Shyamalan, but he's not. He wasn't born there. He just kind of lived in Pennsylvania.
Isn't that orange mascot dude from Philadelphia?
Orange mascot.
Yeah, he's like the famous orange mascot.
But then I looked up like who's from it, and there's like a ton of people, but none of them. Oh, Bill Cosby's from Philadelphia.
Oh, fun. Fun, that's a good one.
I thought Mothman was like a Philadelphia cryptid. Oh, him.
Yeah, Gritty. He's from Philadelphia.
Oh, there
He's
you
the
go. Home of
Philadelphia
Gritty.
Flyers.
Not Mothman, because apparently he was first sighted in West Virginia and was last seen in Illinois last year.
Oh, damn. Yourself Sean Stevens fan.
I was thinking, I'll know more about Philadelphia when Sufjan Stevens releases the third in the States.
Yeah, what state is Philadelphia in?
Pennsylvania.
Oh, well done.
You're welcome. They make jokes about it in Always Sunny.
I forgot about it.
Even they, because they're confused about just like, what's the capital of Pennsylvania?
Oh, is it Philadelphia?
No, it's Pittsburgh.
Okay.
They say it like that as well.
Yeah, like, they're not sure. That's
Yeah.
fair.
We should go to Philadelphia.
We should. We should have recorded this in Philadelphia. We should always record on location.
On location.
Yeah. So we would have been in Ohio last week, Philadelphia this week.
Where's Supernatural? I think all over.
That's a road trip show. I can't remember.
Do you know where it starts?
I don't know. Down south?
Well, you want to go to the Bible Belt?
Oh, God, I don't know. We'll find out next week where Supernatural takes place.
Any other final thoughts?